All right, back in with the Hooked Up Podcast. Tight lines off the Carolina coast, and we've got a full episode today. Going to talk about a little bit about the Kids Rock here in just a second in the intro, but we'll be talking a little bit about the Gulf Stream. Then we're going to highlight the other tournament coming up this weekend, which is Ban the Billfish, the Ducks Unlimited Tournament up in Morehead City.
Yep.
And then we just watch some videos, which may be a little crazy at the end of this podcast, but
Oh boy.
but hopefully we're going to make both tournaments this weekend. Our plans right now are to be in, I think, Edisto, at the Edisto Marina on Saturday. Kevin and I both to see hopefully some weigh-ins there and get some videos and talk to some people. And on Friday, I'm going to try to make it at Morehead City for the weigh-ins of that same thing. So hopefully this weekend will be a good time for us and have some good footage for you next week. If not next week, the week after. It may take me some time to edit all of it.
Yeah.
But since I'm not living on the coast right now, unfortunately, how's the weather down there?
Not good.
Not good.
They said offshore was 3 to 5 with 15 knot winds.
Oh, that's no big deal, right? You can do that.
Not in your boat.
Yeah, not in my boat. Definitely
But
not in
yeah,
my boat.
for most of these guys, that's probably just what they would call
Another day at
slightly
the office.
choppy, right?
Another
Yeah.
day in the office.
Another day in the office.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But now it's very overcast. We've had storms here on and off
Yeah,
the past 2 days. And they have one more day of this, but the weekend is going to be nice. Hot again, but
welcome
I
to
think
the
it's going to
South.
be pretty nice.
Welcome to the South, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you might have to carry me down there at the tournament this weekend.
We'll be all right.
My
We did have a
goodness.
tournament last weekend, though, just finishing up as we record this. The Big Rock Kids Tournament happened.
Oh yeah.
General won it with 675 release points. They actually, I had a description here somewhere what they actually caught. They released 11 sailfish
Oh
and
my
then
gracious.
added a 250-pound wahoo on the final day by
250
Angela.
pound wahoo?
Excuse me, I read there's a decimal in there, 25 pounds.
Oh, I was gonna say, holy
25 pounds.
moly.
I think we heard more about that one. 25-pound wahoo caught on the first day of fishing by junior angler Ethan Jackson. It secured second place for the week. So the general won levels 1 and 2 in the release with a payout of $34,980.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
C1C, I guess is the name of the second place boat, 1,450. And then Fin Planner 2 at 1,335 release points. As my cat decided it wants to be podcast.
Hey, Wes, we need to have a blooper reel.
We do. Oh,
That's a good one.
that's a good one. So, should we cut here and try again?
No, let's make the cat famous.
Make cat famous, Dave? Come on, gal. You gotta come down. Come in and say hello to everybody before you knock my screen down and everything. Oh, no, she's gonna go. She decided she didn't want to be famous.
She didn't want to be famous.
So we're not gonna start again. We'll keep going. So the general one, level 1 and level 2 with
Yep.
those release points. The top junior angler was Colin North, 875 points. Sledge Ivy came in with 750 at second. Jet Joyner, 725 at third. So those were the top junior anglers.
Good job, guys.
Top junior angler girl was Anderson Shatterly, 575 points. Avery Jackson at 450, and tied with Gretchen Daniel, 450. I guess it was some tiebreaker there to put Gretchen in third place. And then the heaviest dolphin was caught by the Pelagic.
Okay.
Only 19 pounds, 40.4.
Oh, kind of a light dolphin.
Wasabi, which you see Wasabi a lot, at 13.5 was second place, and third place was 12.5.
Wow.
Of course, I imagine the mahi, the dolphin are not running as strong as they were a few weeks ago for the main tournament. Heaviest wahoo was the buyout at 29.3. Daily first release, I'm not sure which day that was, probably last day, it's probably yesterday. 9:13 a.m. was the inspiration. So looks like another successful year for that one. It's pretty cool. They're trying to get really trying to build up the hobby, the sport
Yeah.
of making sure that they have the young ones involved.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course, there's been some junior anglers that have caught some big fish in the actual big rock too.
Yeah, I have seen them. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them.
So, and again, we hope to get down to those other two tournaments this weekend. But let's hear from one of our sponsors, and then we will come back and look at the Gulf Stream. Our first segment this week will be on the Gulf Stream. So we'll be right back. Help getting that budget together? Reach out to us at Clark Financial Coaching. We can help you with budgets, forecasting the future expenses, just overall tidying up of your financial picture. We're not advisors. We start at the beginning and help you get to the point where you need those advisors. Reach out to me at coachwestc@gmail.com. That's coachwestc@gmail.com.
You're listening to the Hooked Up Podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Send us a message at hookeduppodcast@gmail.com.
All right, welcome back in to the Hooked Up Podcast. In this segment, we're actually going to talk about the Gulf Stream. So, Kevin, I know you know a little bit about the Gulf Stream. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of the Gulf Stream?
Well, you told me the water changes color.
But you haven't been out to the Gulf Stream, yet, have you?
Well,
You
I
got
don't
to
know.
go
Did we
out.
get out? We were
Oh, no,
40
no,
miles
no,
out. Was that
no,
off
no,
stream?
not off Little River.
Okay, then
Uh,
no, I've
Little
never been out
River,
there.
the time of year we went off, I would think it was at least 70 miles, maybe 80 miles offshore.
Oh my gracious.
So
So no, I've never been out there
when I
then.
fished the Big Rock, um, a couple 2022 when I fished the Big Rock, I was 50 miles off when I ran into it. And it
And that
is
was
just
way
that
up there off Moorhead. Yeah.
it is
Wow.
just like going into another body of water. So
Really?
trivia for you.
Hmm.
What's the first record do we have of the Gulf Stream? We'll take a guess.
Christopher Columbus?
Pretty close. 1513. Juan Ponce de Leon
Oh, okay.
talked
All
about
right.
it.
When he the guy that found St. Augustine, Florida?
Encountered a current so powerful that ships could be pushed backward despite favorable winds. Spanish sailors soon learned to use the current to speed voyages towards Europe.
Huh. I'll be darned. Isn't that
Uh,
something?
see
That's amazing.
if I
Now,
can.
how deep is the ocean out there in the stream?
1,000 drops off to 1,000 at the ledge, I believe. Again, this is why we need some captains to come on help us with this.
Gracious.
I'll
We
put
were
our little
fishing 40 miles out, and what were we in? 70 to 80
70
foot?
to 80. We were trying to. I think we did reach the 300 drop off, 300 feet drop off. I
No,
try
no,
to
no,
get
no.
out.
I don't think so.
Oh, we didn't make it.
No, no,
Usually
no,
when I
no, no,
take
no.
people out that far, I try to find there's a little spot off a little river where you can get out about 40 miles, and there's a 300 fear level drop off there.
Yeah, we didn't get that. I didn't see that on the depth finder.
On the depth finder. I've been
I
out
would have
there
known.
been there many times. I can't remember what happened that day, but that's usually what we try to get out to at that point.
And you can't find the marlin except for in the Gulf Stream, right? I mean, they're
Oh
not.
no, I've heard tales of people catching them closer in. It all really depends on temperature of water.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if you listened to any of my segment last week with my brother, but I
Hmm.
am going to get him
I
to
did.
try to get him a little more excited about it next time he's on. But he was telling the story about them catching sailfish off the pier at Rockford
Yeah,
Beach.
yeah.
Um,
That was amazing. Oh my
yeah,
gracious.
those days I think are gone, but you definitely can see
Yeah.
um, can see the
Well, every now and then, don't they catch something, a billfish off those head boats that go out of Little River? I mean, it's just every now and then they'll catch something, won't they? Like a small
well,
mahi or
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I know out
yeah.
of Morehead City last year before last, it was kind of funny. There was a funny video up. Um, because one of the head boats had gone out. I want to say it was the Princess out of there, but they went out and one of the people on it actually caught a sailfish. They
Oh,
were out far enough. Because the video was them, one of the sport fishermen coming by them, and they
yeah.
literally tied a flag to something to hand over to them so they could flag it coming back in. Is
So
that
yeah, the
not very
head boat
often
was
you have a
flying
head
the
boat?
flag.
Yeah, not too often you have a head boat that's coming back in flying those things.
Oh my gracious. That's
See
amazing.
if I can. It's not going to give me out. Let's see if this is going to share or not. It seems like it's giving me some issues. New computer this week, so I'm working on all the glitches.
Yeah,
Um,
Wes broke his old one.
yeah, Donald literally did. Donald literally did. Um, the I use
But
it
the
so
Gulf
much
Stream is
that
it's a very plankton rich water, correct? There's a lot of little zooplankton and stuff, so that's where all the bait fish, are found.
well,
So that's
there's
why the big fish are found
different
there, correct?
temperatures. It's different temperatures. It's different. Yeah, different type of still having trouble here. Sorry, different types of type of water. I mean, literally,
Mhm.
it's called a river in the ocean. Next trivia question for you: who called it first, the river in the ocean?
Oh man, Ponce de Leon?
I didn't know this stuff either until I started doing some research for this segment. Ben
I don't know
Franklin.
that. Huh?
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin.
Ben
Really?
Franklin. He actually made the first scientific charts of the Gulf Stream. That guy was
No
he was
way.
amazing.
That guy, what didn't Ben Franklin do?
And it's exactly right. I mean, studied electricity, had electricity experiments. He
Yeah,
helped write the founding documents. He
yeah.
started the first post office. Did he start the first library too?
He was the first postmaster general.
Postmaster. Uh,
Uh, he was the first
bifocal.
ambassador to Sweden
I thought it
and
was
he had never
France.
been to Sweden.
Oh, really? I thought was he in France too? I
I
know he
think
spent a lot of
France
time in
too.
France. I heard
Yeah.
some. I
Yeah.
heard something the other day where they actually had pictures of him on the walls in France,
Really?
like a dignitary type thing.
Yeah.
So he was well loved everywhere. But yeah, in the
Yeah.
1700s, he helped chart it. He was the first one famously described as a river in the ocean, literally a river running in another body of water. Um,
Wow.
and he
That's
did it as
interesting.
Deputy Postmaster General. Franklin wanted to know why British mail ships were taking longer to cross the Atlantic than experienced American merchant captains. But they didn't
Mm,
understand how to use the Gulf Stream.
yeah. Isn't that wild?
um, I can't share the screen because my settings aren't right. We'll have to do it next time. We'll do it on the next segment when we're talking about the Gulf Stream, and I'll show you some pictures from out there. Um, but it's a very unique place out there. I know when I first went there, I was 18 and going out of Savannah. We left at I think I've told this story one time, but 4 a.m. we left with Captain Tommy, my dad and I, on the Eagle, a yacht of Colonial Oil. That was his last captain's position before
Mhm.
he retired. And I remember leaving the regular water and going into this just blue water, crystal clear.
Wow.
You saw some bluer water that day we went out there.
Yeah.
It's even better than that. I mean,
Oh my
it's kind of
gracious.
indescribable. It's an amazing place to be out.
Wow. It
But I
was
know a lot of
amazing how
people
you
get
could see the water change.
yeah,
Went from brown to like
greenish.
blackish gray, and
Yeah,
yeah, it was wild. Yeah, it was something.
um, part of the addiction.
Yeah, and then you see the flying fish. Oh my
Yeah,
gracious.
see the flying fish, which I think we're gonna watch some of those on video here in a little bit. But yeah, it's some of the facts say it's as close as 50 miles off Carolina coast. I'm sure that's up at the Outer Banks.
Yeah,
Um, but the river with no banks. But let's see, everything else I think I've covered. Oh yeah, this was a pretty unique thing I came across when you think about it. We use satellites, temperature charts, electronics, and we're monitoring all that stuff on the boat. You don't really need the old knowledge, but
hmm,
literally what our captains are doing today, they were doing 300 years ago, except they
yeah,
were using, the technology of that day to read it. Obviously, it wasn't as quick and it wasn't as reliable,
yeah.
but they definitely made a lot of headway by doing that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hmm.
So, so here off the Carolina coast, the river helps create one of the greatest offshore fisheries in the world. So we are kind of unique here. I mean, again, you go
Yeah,
down to Florida, and they
yeah,
just kind of laugh at us because we have to go. Miami, they go what 5 miles offshore, 7 miles offshore, and catch a
yeah,
marlin. Key
yep,
West, you go out there a few miles and you're hooking up. But um, a lot of people come to the Carolina coast to go
mm,
out here deep sea fishing.
yeah,
And I hope our podcast helps, but in general, I just hope it gets bigger.
yeah. Oh yeah, it will.
So I've got tons of stuff on this, but we won't bore everybody in this section, but we'll have to come back to it. And I'm looking forward to doing some more research. One of the things we'll get to in a future segment is, it's called kind of a highway for game fish. It's one of the reasons to go out there. And I think I told you the story about the guy who won the rock back in the teens, where he saw a piece of this river off the Florida coast and saw it
Oh yeah, and then followed it on the
and
chart.
followed it on
Yeah.
satellites all the way up until the first day of the rock. It was off the coast of Carolina,
And by
North
teens, you
Carolina.
mean 2000 teens, not
2000 teens.
19 teens.
Well, 19
Okay.
teens, they couldn't watch their satellites.
I was gonna say.
What quite
I want our
just
viewers
on the
to.
fly.
I wanted to make sure our listeners understood we were talking about the 2000 teens. Oh, gracious.
All right, well,
Yeah, that's an amazing story. That is wild.
and we want to hear more of those. So if you listen to this, and want to get on here, just drop us an email, hookeduppodcast@gmail.com. We'll get you on a Zoom call and hear some of your stories, because we're just touching the surface. You and I, we don't have amount of knowledge, a fraction of the knowledge that's out there. I mean, it's so much that I want to hear from.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I have like no knowledge. So.
All right, do what?
I said, I have no knowledge, Wes. Come on.
Well, as we've told you before, we have another podcast called the Racing Pigeon Podcast, and I have no knowledge on that one. So
Well, true, but at least you've seen a pigeon. I've never seen a marlin in person.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Exactly.
I've only seen them at the landing, except for the one I saw tail walk the day Pelagic Hunter 2. So Pelagic Hunter 2 is actually one of the captains I'm trying to get on out of Sneads Ferry, North Carolina. But I was near him when he was fighting one day in the rock. It was an amazing sight. So we gotta get you out there.
Oh
So
my gracious.
maybe we'll go
Someday,
down there. Maybe we'll go down there Saturday and you'll get invited out next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't hold your
Never
breath.
know.
All right, let's take a break here from a sponsor and we'll be back.
Are you looking to buy a home in North or South Carolina? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. We are a family-owned company with over 10 years of experience in North and South Carolina and operate along the Grand Strand. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872.
You are listening to the Hooked Up Podcast, tight lines off the Carolina coast. Reach out to us at hookeduppodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X.
All right, welcome back to the Hooked Up Podcast with Kevin and Wes. And this segment, we're looking at another tournament that's coming up in North Carolina this time.
Yes.
And that is Ban the Billfish.
And the billfish.
Ban the Billfish going to be fished out of Morehead City again.
Yep.
So let me go ahead and share.
Same place as the rock, right?
Yep, they actually weigh in at the rock.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we got down, we talked about big rock kids the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Ducks Unlimited Billfish Tournament is the one we're talking about. There's one more in August at Pirates Cove Billfish Tournament. I'm not sure if I'm on vacation that week. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it up there for that or not. Send you out there with a camera.
Oh, boy.
Of course, it's in the Outer Banks, though, so you have to go all the way to Outer Banks.
Aye. Come on, Wes.
It's only about
Actually,
5,
I
6
got to be
hours.
training pigeons that week.
I'm training pigeons.
That's the week I got to get my birds trained a lot since I'm off too.
Yeah. So the Ban the Billfish Tournament is what it's called, the Ducks Unlimited Tournament. It's started in 1989, so it's been going on since then.
Yep.
And a lot about tagging billfish in this one too. So conservationist, that type thing. There's been 1,520 billfish been released, and I can tell. I'm sharing this. Okay. Tournament has release rate that exceeds 99% of all the years of the tournament, and 100% for the last 10 years. 100% at least has been achieved in 20 or 25 years of the tournament. So they have not brought in. It says it hadn't voted, even though the prize does say last year for the heaviest one. I'm wondering if they're just taking measurements, and because you can't estimate from the measurements of what the fish would actually weigh.
Yeah.
So I'll have to get more information. I have been in contact with them also, and they said, come on up. I'll get back that once we get to look at the tournament. I'll pull up their email and look at it. 1,002 pound blue marlin, largest ever taken in Morehead City, was brought in 1989.
Wow. The first year.
Yep. 100
All,
years,
all downhill. from there.
thousands of years, yeah, dollars in prize money. No, not really.
No,
More
no.
than $100 million have been generated to create and maintain numerous habitat projects in North Carolina.
That's nice.
So all about conservation.
Yep.
And here's there was 49 boats last year, 44 the year before that.
Yep.
It does have, I know some tournaments took off 2020, but they didn't. I know the Rock didn't take off 2020 either.
Yeah.
It's kind of kind of interesting. The whole country was on lockdown,
Yeah.
and I was out on the dock in 2020 with
Oh,
the Big
jeez.
Rock. I'm sure people in the rest of the country would have a fit. They saw
Probably.
what was going on. But
All
yeah,
over
you can
the-
see all the way back. Last one boated was 2003. Had two come in that year.
Yeah.
But again, this tournament looks like it's mainly about conservation. I haven't been to it yet, so I'm looking forward to going out, spending a day up there. Obviously, the rules are up, tournament schedules up. It's 3 days of fishing on this tournament. So you lay one day, lay day meaning that you don't go
Okay.
out that day.
Okay. So you fish 2 days out
Yep,
of 3.
Out of
You
three,
pick it
you
to
can
do-
only fish to two,
Okay.
2 out of 3.
Mhm.
And any game fish have to be back in by a certain time. That's with any tournament.
Okay.
So, what else is on the website? So last year's total purse was $248,000. Largest blue marlin, $21,000. Total points, release points, 46,500. And there was a level 4 for the total release points, also for 56.5. Daily releases at 34. So we good little chunk of change.
Yeah. Notice the dolphin pays more than the marlin.
Where's the dolphin at? Largest dolphin, 35. Well,
sounds like our tournament, Wes.
well, 32.5, but not when you take into account. This is mainly a release tournament. So,
True. Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
So, and they have, you mentioned earlier, they got a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, they do.
So here's the levels. 8,000 get you in all the levels, 750 to get in for just the level 1.
Yep.
And then you buy into the other ones.
Yep.
And to buy in, as you said, the dolphin is another $750.
Yeah.
So $1,500
Mhm.
to fish what you want to fish.
Yep. There we go.
So
Let's make it happen,
You want to take the
Russ.
Bertram up there and do it? Is that what
Sure.
you're saying?
Let's go.
So I don't think this will be out time enough to us to get enough people on the boat to pay for it, but that's okay because
Let
the
me get
trip
some-
up there cost you more than
Smell
that.
a pigeon, Wes.
Is that a pigeon?
Go.
If you wonder what we're talking about pigeons, we Kevin's main hobby is actually raising racing pigeons, believe it or not. And racing pigeons, you would not think would be a big community, but they really are, and they make some money too. What's the biggest purse in the pigeon race in Florida, isn't it?
Yeah, the race
For
in
in the
Miami.
United States,
Race in Miami. Yeah, they pay out about 6 million.
about 6 million.
Race, yeah.
So as people look at fishing, like how much for a blue marlin? See, even pigeons can bring you some money in.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if there's anything else up here. Yeah, here's your entry fee again to get in to those different ones.
All right,
So-
I'll sign us up, Wes. Give me your
You know,
give me your credit card.
Well, wait a minute. Now use your credit card now. Come on now. And we also off the air looked up. There's another tournament going on right after that. It used to be the Dolphin and Spanish Mackerel, but now it's King in Spanish.
Yeah.
That Carteret Community College is doing.
Looks like they changed it.
Changed it a little bit,
Which
but
is,
that tournament's going on.
I said they should because when you said it's Spanish and dolphin, I'm like, that's too weird. One
Yeah.
you find inshore, one you find offshore.
One-
So
one-
it's kind of an odd mix. Of
One
a
went,
tournament.
and like I said, I was actually in contact with the tournament also. So they sent me a little information up there, just stuff that you just read. 2 out of 3 days, gave me the times. He told me that he didn't know which best day to come up there, and that's kind of with any tournament. You never know
Oh,
which
yeah.
day is best to go up there.
Nope.
I remember I went up to the tournament one time in Morehead City, and it just worked out. I had my vacation away from college. They gave me a couple of days off. I go up and it's pouring down rain, and out of and that, I think it was like 160 boats fishing, 170 boats. I think
wow.
4 were fishing,
Oh my gosh.
and it was raining, but I was out there. They interviewed me because I was the dummy who was out there, and I told them, I said, I came up here, I'm coming out here,
Oh my
and I actually got a soft-sided cooler.
yeah?
I wore in that
Standing
day
out in the rain.
because they were giving away every day some prizes.
Yeah. I know at the Rock they're always giving away.
Yeah, and
stuff.
so they were giving away a prize, and
Yep.
I was the only dummy out in the rain. I was like, I came up here, I'm going to stand out here. And I think somebody come in and weighed one in that day. A dolphin is like 6 pounds.
I'll be there.
They won money though because they were the only ones that
Yeah,
brought a
they
dolphin
know
in.
what, yeah. Wow. That could
Yeah,
be
and,
that could be our strategy.
This was actually Nina. Nina wrote me back from up there, Nina Miller, and she invited me to come up. There's obviously some places I won't be to get because of the weigh-in off
Yeah.
limits, but they said, yeah, come on up. Love to have you come. So we're going to try to make it up to that one also. The biggest problem with this one and for me to get up to is that same day Edisto's doing.
Yeah.
So Edisto,
The
just
same
north of
weekend,
Hilton Head and south of Charleston,
Yeah.
and then all the way to Morehead City, which I'm
So
not
what,
complaining
9
if
hours
I
apart from each
no,
other.
I
something
don't
like
think it's that much. It's like 7 hours. How far do we say Edisto was from Little River?
It's like 3.5.
3.5,
Yeah.
and it's 3 hours from Little River to Morehead. 6.5 hours.
7 hours apart.
That's worth
Yeah.
it. It'd be worth it.
Yeah. They got to close.
I don't have to do it on the same day,
No.
so it's okay.
Better hope the weather's nice that weekend.
Yeah, well, I'll have to
Everybody.
when we get closer because it's only a few weeks away by the time we're taping this.
Yeah.
I'll have to check the weather and see which one's gonna be best for me to go which day.
Yeah. Yeah, for
But
sure.
I'll be on the road. But hey,
Yeah.
going to see people weigh in, I think it's worth it.
Maybe. Get some good ones.
The good thing is I got a place in Little River. I can drive one way one day, 3 hours, 3 hours
Yeah,
back, and then
yeah.
go down the other one. I'll have to get a hotel room, so that's good.
Yeah, that may be the plan.
Yeah,
It's
definitely
one
the
day,
plan.
One the next.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do the same day.
Yeah.
We obviously couldn't
No.
be in a way in the same day.
No,
Or
no.
maybe even one go Thursday to one and Saturday to the other one.
Yeah.
We'll figure it
something
out.
like that. Yep.
So look for us. I do have hats. I didn't tell you I ordered hats.
Oh no.
I ordered test hats. They'll
Did I
be
get rid of
in.
my pigeon hat.
I ordered test hats for us. It's going to be in Monday or
Okay.
Tuesday. If they
Oh,
look
good.
good, I'm going to order some to take with us
Oh, good.
to these,
okay.
give out a few
Good.
to
Good.
these
Sounds good.
tournaments. And as always,
good.
we'd love to hear from you.
Yep.
hookeduppodcast@gmail.com. No matter what, if it's a story, a video, history, or talking about one of the tournaments, we'd love to talk to you.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll be back. Econsense.us, ECONSENSE.us, the home of West The Economist and all of Econsense content. You can go to the website and find links to the books, also links to all of our podcasts explaining economics from the basics up to current events. You can find the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We also offer economic advising and consulting for efficiency and better use of your resources. Again, reach out to me from the website, or you can just write me at west.the.economist@gmail.com. The place to go to find out more about economics and everyday living. Not the stuff you hear on TV, but the basics of understanding how resources and products and services work.
You are listening to the Hooked Up Podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Send us a message at hookeduppodcast@gmail.com.
All right, welcome back into the Hooked Up Podcast. And something you and I spent a lot of time doing, watching videos. So I thought we'd watch a few videos and let's see what we can come up with as far as questions and things we want to ask our guests when we get them on. So let's start with this one. Let's share some sound. So the first time we went fishing, I took you off. I was talking about something called a flying fish.
Yeah.
And do you remember what you told me?
Yeah, I think you were. I thought it was the same as a mermaid. I thought
So
just like
or snipe
something
hunting.
just
You ever
made
heard,
up.
you ever heard of snipe hunting?
Snipe running?
Oh, you never heard of snipe? I need to take you snipe hunting.
No, what is that?
Yeah.
Must be a southern thing.
Look, it is a southern thing.
Oh,
Take you out
God.
looking for snipes. So
Oh, boy.
we'll revisit that down the road. So
Oh,
people are
boy.
laughing their butt off right now. But
Oh, boy.
but I told you about flying fish. You thought I was crazy.
Yeah,
So
I thought you were
and I
nuts.
even showed you these videos.
Yeah, but I
But-
didn't think it was from here.
You know.
I thought it was somewhere else in the world.
So this is
They're
one a lot of people
cover-blown.
see.
Because I mean, I went to the beach. Yeah, I never saw any
Escape
flying
Them
fish.
flying fish.
No.
Here's some dolphins. Pretty mahi mahi.
But these particular fish have a unique ability.
And I remember when you first saw one off the boat, you're like, you wasn't lying to me.
They
Oh,
were pretty cool.
they're pretty fish. Good to see
They're
them.
interesting.
Poor things though.
They're
This
flying
you watch this
fish.
video on out. You see, once they leave out of the water, a bird come down and picks it up
Yeah.
out of the ground. So,
Now it's
More things
taking
just
the
gonna
air
get
from the
around.
water.
but a good sign when you get out there and you start seeing some flying fish fly around, and they're all pretty to watch.
So is that a main food of the dolphin?
A lot of things, yeah. Off this coast anyway.
With an extra thrust from their tails,
It's a bait
the
fish.
flying fish get airborne once more.
And they're a schooling fish. I mean,
Yes.
when you see these, what
Bait
you
ball.
call bait balls, is
It could be some. Could be
With
some of
a good
those. Yes.
wind, they can glide for
From what I've been
hundreds of
told.
meters.
The bait balls I've come across, I've never seen flying fish come out of them. So I think they were more like bullet or something. I'm not sure exactly what they were.
now.
Yeah, here we go.
It's
Yeah.
good when we see flying fish, right?
Flying fish and birds.
Yeah.
You see birds diving into
But
That was
getting
this
small
is
fish.
just what the
Weed
frigate birds
line.
have been waiting for.
So I went out here and I have to justify this. One day I went out and we found weed
When
line within
frigates
20
join the
miles
hunt,
from shore.
the flying fish
We
are
found bait
literally
fish
caught
everywhere.
between
We
the
saw
devil
birds diving into bait fish, and we did not get one bite all
and the
day.
deep blue sea.
So sounds
And-
like your theory needs some work.
Well, to qualify that, we we actually a tropical storm had come through, and we believe there was a lot of fresh water on top of the ocean.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, it, just a day like, oh, weed line, birds, flying fish, bait balls, and nothing. So
Nothing.
that's kind of how my luck is. That's why I need to get some
Yeah.
captains on so they can
Yeah.
school us on what we need to be doing.
But
But you do have to be careful in all this because you could end up. Let's see if I can get this to set for us right here. You never know where they're going to come from.
oh my goodness. I think I'd be jumping off the boat at that point. Wes.
Well, you got to be careful. I heard a story, maybe somebody can confirm it's true or not, that that they were fishing off the west coast of Mexico. I think out of Cabo, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
And a billfish came off into that and really stabbed somebody. I think it was a lady.
I mean,
they
you
were on
knew it
this
shot on the front of them,
Yeah,
right? Like a
and
harpoon.
they took her to the hospital and everything, and they thought they sealed it up.
Yeah.
But on the way home, they were flying back to Texas, and when they got up in the air pressurized,
Oh,
they went
no.
there's some kind of cardiac arrest or something.
Oh,
I'm
my
not sure if they made it or not.
Wow.
So you have to be careful. I mean, out there, it's one of those things
Oh, that's amazing.
that you got to be careful of, and then you also got to worry about,
Mm.
in my size boat especially, actually getting in the boat. You asked me if I had a tuner door. No, I don't have a tuner door. And I sit a lot lower than that sort of thing, but
So what you're telling me is we catch a big marlin, we could sink the old Bertram, huh?
it's a possibility.
Oh my goodness.
That's why you want to go out on a nice big clear bay. For me, at a good 50-foot Bertram would be nice, or 60-foot Bertram.
But if that fish was going to win you $1 million, I think
We'd figure out a way to
we'd
get it
figure
in.
out a way to get it in.
My brother actually takes what they call a come along. I don't know what these are. The ratcheting set that you lift motors and all with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he's got a place in my boat set up where he can. Oh yeah, so you can ratchet it up. So yeah,
Well, especially because yours is outboard, so you got to maneuver the fish around the two engines.
yeah, you got to get them
it's
up
like,
and all
oh my
that. So
gracious.
needless to say, I have not caught a marlin on the Bertram. Actually,
Yeah.
the only thing I've really caught off the Bertram is some on that one I have now. Yeah, I've caught some dolphin. I haven't caught a wahoo off of it. I think we caught some blackfin tuna off of it. A
Oh,
lot of
okay.
bonita
A lot of bonita. Yeah,
out
we
that
caught
way.
Bonita.
Yeah,
Bloody.
we
Bloody
did catch a
fish.
barracuda
Really?
in time. It
Off
was,
that boat.
yeah, it was about 12 inches long.
Okay.
A friend of mine and I were coming back. We'd been out fishing all day, and I was trolling back in. We hadn't gotten anything at all,
Yeah.
and we caught this little tiny bark barracuda.
Oh my gracious.
So-
Well, at least you can say you caught something.
Caught something, yeah. We what's going keep it. Here's another boat. Here's another one attacking the boat. He can get kind of hear you. Here he comes up there. Without worry, man. He's fighting hard right through the boat.
Is that a marlin or was that a
Yeah.
sail?
I think it was marlin. I couldn't
Oh,
reach
okay.
out from that angle. But
Oh, that was Oregon Inlet too.
yeah,
Wow.
or Oregon Inlet. That's and we got a tournament in August coming up there at Pirates Cove. We'll be reviewing that one in probably about 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay.
But got that one coming up. So what else did we pull up to watch here? Epic Blue Marlin conquered conquering the waters off North Carolina. And there he is.
Nice calm day.
Yeah, that's the kind of day. It's fun to be out there, but I'm not sure if it's always the best fishing.
Well, it is for these guys.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than some of the stuff I've been out on.
Yeah.
I told you some of those stories. There's a good picture of him right there.
Yeah, I got
And I'm
drag
pretty
back
sure they're
down.
probably going to catch and release this one. I mean, when I go out on charters, that's what we do. They don't really pull anything
Yeah.
in.
There's no need to kill that.
No,
shit.
most people don't eat marlin or shellfish anyway. Even though I have talked to some people, especially from people from South America and Central America, who have.
It's beautiful.
They said it's good. My dad told me he didn't like it back in the day when they would pull it out. But here he is.
That's not a real big one either. Kind of small to medium marlin.
You know, and when somebody asked me, why do I like fishing offshore? And that's one of the reasons I like it, is that when you catch a fish inshore, let me stop sharing this a second. When you catch a fish, inshore in the river, and you get a small fish, you got a small fish.
Yeah.
You got a big fish, you get a big fish. You go offshore and you get a small fish.
Yeah.
And a big fish you can't measure. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like
That's very true. Very true.
there's a meme. I have to put it up on one of our podcasts. I probably showed it to you before. It says God made fishing so boys can go out and catch fish. He made offshore fishing to separate the men from the boys.
Yeah.
Got a big Hatteras or Jared Bay or something on like a
Uh-huh.
7-8 foot wave catching
Uh-huh.
air. I mean, it's pretty cool. So, but it is. I mean, obviously, you can get kind of lost just sitting there watching this stuff.
Oh, man.
Did I actually share the video on that? Let me make sure. Yep, I'm still sharing. This one here. Yep. So. Looks like a dolphin.
What's that?
Those are pretty.
What's that hook thing they've got there, Wes?
Oh, the gaff.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. He's gaffing the fish.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a pretty one. They're so pretty in the water coming out of the water the first time. That's a bull too. That's a good size one.
How do we know it's a bull, Wes?
The front of the head. If it's rounded, it's a cow. If it's kind of flat on it, it's a bull.
Cow?
Yeah, that's what they call a cow.
Burgers out of these?
No, not that kind of cow, but it's a female.
Okay.
So
So a female mahi is called a cow. Is every female fish called a cow?
I don't know. That's just what I've been called. And again, I may be wrong on this. I'm just telling you what I've been taught.
Okay.
Oh, what? It was stopped. Nope, I don't know why it stopped.
You hit a wrong button.
Hit the wrong button then.
So a bull and a cow.
Bull and the cow. That's what I've been told. Again, I just saying, just to preface again why we're doing this podcast, we're not experts.
No.
Kevin's a
definitely not me.
novice. I've been fishing a little while, but it's a lot I don't know. So that's why we want to get the community on here so we can start talking and learning from each other. A lot we want to learn, and we want to open up a community for and that's why it keeps escaping and stops sharing. I'm not sure why. Go here and see. Okay. Yep. So definitely write in hookeduppodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And maybe even send us some of your videos so we can share some of your videos.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The
Last one we got
dolphin
pulled up
fish
is
can be
another-
found inhabiting the tropical
another
and
dolphin.
subtropical areas.
Just looking at the
The
dolphin.
dolphin fish can be found inhabiting the
They're
tropical
pretty-
and subtropical areas of the Atlantic, Pacific,
Boy.
Guessing
and
by the shape of
Indian
that
floating
head, that's a
objects
bull.
like the brown algae, sargassum.
There is your weed line
Their
right
prey
there.
also seek shelter near these floating objects.
That's why
These
you look
fish
for
are
it. She says they
fast-growing,
seek shelter in there. They look
voracious
there.
that inhabit
And
depths
I always
down
have
to
captains, and my brothers
180
told me
feet.
sometimes they'll come across
They are
some
opportunistic
weed line that
feeders
actually is about the
that
size of
eat
a box
variety
car
of small
Really?
fish,
on the train.
crustaceans,
Just with
and
schools and
squid.
schools of fish under it.
They primarily
that,
hunt during
there
the
it
day,
is.
using
Pretty-
their keen eyesight.
Kind of a prehistoric
They are
looking
estimated
fish,
to
I
A
be-
little
think.
bit.
I mean,
It does a little bit.
yeah.
So definitely can sit for hours watching his videos. And I know
Oh.
you send me some every now and then coming off of there.
Every now and then, yeah. But I'm fine just fishing. When I met Wes, I said, let's go fishing. I said, I just want to go out to a fishing hole and drop an anchor and just, sit there and leisurely fish. And you said, now that's boring. What do you want to do that for? I said, well, what else is there? He said, we got to go offshore and troll for fish. And I said, well,
That sounds
I don't know
boring.
anything about it. Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that. I'd rather just sit in one
I
spot.
have done some bottom fishing that day. Would you catch that? You caught a shark that day.
We caught a baby shark.
Caught a baby shark. Don't,
Yeah,
don't start
we
that.
had to start singing the song because my son was with us, remember?
Yeah, that's what you say. That's why he was with us. He
Yeah.
was. I think Joy and Brad was with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
Is
did
that the only
that.
thing we caught?
I think that's about all we caught that day. Pretty sure.
Okay.
Then we went next time we went offshore. You caught the mahi. Or your son catch it? The mahi?
No, I was on the reel for the mahi.
What did he
caught
catch? He
bonita.
caught bonita.
Yeah. And then we had something that we lost. Remember, something big.
Oh, yeah, that was something
my
big.
gosh.
You know, that's how we do it. When you lose that one, you're just like, oh man, that was a huge
Well,
fish.
no, my son couldn't even hold on. Remember he
Yeah.
said, Dad, I can't hold on to the pole. I had to go put a hand on the pole. I think
Yeah.
that's why we lost it.
It was pretty big.
It
Whatever
was something because I could feel it on the pole.
Or it could have been a wahoo that, you know, or something that really fights. It doesn't have to be a,
That wasn't on our planer line, though, was it?
I don't remember. It's been so long ago.
I think it was on a top line.
I say long ago. It was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like sunrise. No, I think it was either a giant dolphin or
It was something.
know.
That was a day. And captains, please tell me if you've ever heard of this, because this was
here we
really
go.
strange.
Here's the
for-
dolphin story.
Yeah, well, porpoise. Let's say porpoise.
Porpoise,
because
that's right, porpoise.
it was a dolphin, but
Yeah.
the mammal kind.
Yep.
We were out there and we trolled through and we caught that mahi. And
No. We ran up on the dolphins before we caught the mahi.
Oh, did we see the dolphins
caught
from
a
here?
bonito. We caught one
Okay,
bonito.
so bottom bonita.
Then we kept trolling. Then we ran into the pod of dolphins.
Okay.
And I mean, it was a giant pod.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Like
dolphins
200
out there,
dolphins.
and they were normally they were just fishing. I don't know if it was 200, wasn't that many, but there was a good number out there. So we scroll through
There
and
was
we caught
200
this.
West. Make the fishing story good.
I need to pull that video up for one of our podcasts. I was off out of Little River about 5-6 years ago,
Oh yeah.
and there literally was about 200. And I got pictures of it. I
Yeah.
have to pull the video up and pictures of
Yeah.
it and show you. We'll show that on one podcast.
But these dolphins, I remember you said they were exhibiting some weird behavior.
Well,
I mean, they were
they-
almost coming up to the boat.
They were coming up close to the boat, and when we caught the mahi, we kept trying to. We turned around because we thought it was a school. I thought it was a school because it was a
Yeah.
small mahi.
Yeah.
So I was trying to find the school out there. It was a little bit. I mean, it wasn't rough, but it wasn't a calm day either.
Yeah.
So I couldn't see any stuff on the top. And so as we went through, though, they kept coming back to us, and even a couple
Yeah.
times they bumped the boat.
Yeah. They
I've
did.
never had one bump the boat.
Yeah.
It was almost like they were territorial.
Yeah. Like they were
But
telling us to get out of here.
I've asked a couple of captains about it, and they said, "Oh no, they wouldn't do that."
Oh, no,
So,
they did. I was on the boat.
well, but were they bumping just because they got too close, or were they really
Yeah,
trying
no.
to push us off? I mean, they literally, for us, it felt like, "Hey,
Yeah.
we're eating here, move on."
Yeah.
But
We should have got in the ocean
but,
and swam with them and see what they did.
yeah, but I'd love to talk to a captain to see if they've ever come across
Well,
any that were territorial.
I
like
thought
that.
it was funny because you'd always told me if we find dolphins, we got to move on.
Yeah, 'cause
Because
you-
you're never going to catch a fish.
Well, that's
if
what I've
you
always
see
been
dolphins.
told.
And man, we saw the dolphins, and next thing you know, we're hooked up on a mahi, and then we caught 2 more bonitas.
Something like that.
It was.
But that's what
you know,
that's what I've been told by captains. But again, there's so much to learn
Yeah.
being offshore, and that's why again we started this podcast because we want to learn and
Yeah.
hopefully give other people a chance to learn, and hopefully the experts we'll get them interviewed and talk to us and give us an experience. And I think, and I could be wrong, but I really feel like there's going to be a different kind of thought and hobby. I would say not hobbies, but best practices happening in the Outer Banks than there is down in Hilton Head.
Really.
I think I may be wrong. Maybe we're small enough part on the coast that they'll be similar.
Everyone does the same thing.
Yeah, but I really think we'll find different stuff.
You mean
I know
fishing at
Tommy
depths
when
or-
Tommy fished. Well, I can tell you that's already. I've had people tell me to catch mahi, to run 10 knots, and I've had some catch not mahi Spanish mackerel. I've been told 7 knots, 8 knots, and 10 knots, and everybody swears by it. So I know you're gonna get different stuff like that, but I'm just curious to see the difference in the different regions off our coast because it is a different run out to the Gulf from each
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
Tommy Willis, Captain Tommy, we talked about a little bit last time, on our first episode. At the end of his career, he was kite fishing, which is a special kite you use to put out off the boat. You don't troll, and the kite has a drone or something on it. And I don't understand the process altogether because I've never done it.
Wow.
But I don't see anybody off North Carolina coast and the northern part of South Carolina. I've never heard anybody talk about it. So I'd be curious if we get some captains on to talk about that thing. I reached out. There's one gentleman out of Sneed's Ferry who won the Rock 2020. I've sent him some messages. because I actually observed him, how he fished the rock, and the way he trolls is a lot different than anything I've ever seen.
In what way?
He had outboards. He had a 39-foot, and that year maybe a little smaller than a 39-foot center console.
And he won the rock.
39-foot in his collegiate hunter, one or two, I forget which one it was. In 2020, he won the rock by doing this method.
So what'd he
And
do?
in 2022, when I was fishing it, 2022, I think it was, he'd fish a ridge, because you're trying to fish where the ridges where the drop off is.
Okay.
And he'd go one way, and for me, you crawl that way and you make a big turn, you troll back the other
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
He pull everything in, run back, and do it again. And he'd run different places.
Oh.
Now I remember my dad and Tommy talking about, in the old days you didn't run anywhere. You went out there and you trolled and you just went on.
Yeah, yeah.
By the time Tommy said in his later years, at that point the boats were fast enough and maneuverable enough
Okay.
that they'd fish somewhere and it wasn't good. They'd pull everything up and run
Just go.
10 miles somewhere else and fish again.
Okay, got
Well,
you.
I can't do that because my boat won't take
Yeah.
the ocean that far out that fast unless it's smooth.
Yeah,
I don't see it very often.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how the different techniques
Where the
will
big
happen.
ones lie. Past the seaboard,
We hope you enjoyed listening to the Hooked Up podcast. You can find all of our content on YouTube or Spotify. Just look up Hooked Up Podcast, Tight Lines Off the Carolina Coast.
out where the ocean turns that heavenly